Welcome to Ecclesia Principles, a biblical strategy for believers to engage in God's design for government with Ray Eppard.
Hello, glad you could join us again today. We're continuing to talk about, is Christian nationalism a good thing? Or we could be calling it what Christian nationalism has given us. Now, the basis for some of this that I'm using is Genesis 1:26, and we need to understand the principle that's involved here. That's where God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. And then he said, let them have dominion. Let them have dominion. If you would, that's where God established the jurisdiction of self-government. And with self-government comes individual responsibility. With self-government comes that responsibility and rights and authority. In God, there is no responsibility without corresponding authority. Now, with this, God gave to Adam, let them have dominion over all the earth, over everything, the fish, the birds, the cows, every creeping thing. This began property rights. This began property rights. The earth was Adam's. Now, ultimately, it belonged to God, but God was giving it to Adam to use as his very own. And so with this, one of the things that Christian nationalism has given us is the concept of property rights. You see so many things, especially in the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages. You know, you had the feudal system, and the people were wards of their lord. They worked the farms, and they had to give so much to the owner and so forth. But as things began to change, and ultimately everything was the king's, and people just got to use parts of that and benefit from it because he wanted them to work it, and that's how he prospered. But Christian nationalism, in that sense, began to identify that we have the right. Individuals have the right to own their own property. You know, some of the early drafts of the Declaration of Independence, when it talks about the pursuit of happiness, much of the talk of that day was actually the right to property rights in place of pursuit of happiness. That was actually the term that was used most. But in all honesty, because of the slavery issue, which was a hot topic during the drawing up of the Declaration of Independence, it was switched to the pursuit of happiness so that it could not be used to enshrine slavery, that the slaves being the property of the owners. And from that standpoint, personal property, the fact that you can own something and it's yours. The Founding Fathers actually, in the Bill of Rights, established, because the Bill of Rights is the enumerating of those God-given rights that are referenced in the Declaration. It says, among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The Bill of Rights finishes out that list of what the God-given rights are. And especially in Amendment number 4 and Amendment number 5, those are the first ones, you know, that you can't quarter a soldier in someone's house in peacetime without permission. It was beginning to show respect. The government didn't have jurisdiction over someone's home. Property rights were a real thing. Christian nationalism gave us that concept. God bless you. Have a great day.
You've been listening to Ecclesia Principles with Ray Eppard. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook on our Ray Eppard pages. This program was brought to you by Victory Worship Center and World Outreach. Services Sunday 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, 200 Hammond Lane, Stanton, Virginia.